Yo, 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 what up? All right, there's a few things I wanted to touch on. I want to touch on this Lil Brazzy because since I made a video last night, there's been some updates. The MelloBuckzz thing is going viral, and then these bikers on the East Coast are just going nuts, bro. So, yeah, let's just get into it. So, Lil Brazzy, I made a video about him last night, just my thoughts on him. And then when I was going through, because I wanted to post that clip that he did the video with the Bloods from the Low Bottoms, and it was gone. And I was just like, damn, like, I wonder, are those dudes hearing shit? So they told him take it down. Like, why is it taken down? So then this morning, just a little bit ago, this pops up in the Reddit. So then I go check it out, and it's on his page. I'm in no way, shape, or form gang related, nor about that life. I apologize for my actions. And apologize for disrespecting the North and the South. I am no longer affiliated with OTR Records. So how you, like, if you signed with them, then how can you no longer be affiliated with them? This whole thing about this kid just makes no sense. I feel like he's young and dumb and just trying to go for it. But with this, you can't really learn along the way. Is there nobody, like, older around you that can put you up on game and lead you in the right way somewhat? Like, this is just becoming a disaster for you. Like, it's over before you even started. I don't know how he's going to redeem himself through all this bullshit. Because in my opinion, I mean, he raps all right. He's still young, so he got a bunch of growth. But it's just going to be like, what was that like white rapper from the Midwest that came out? He was young, white. It was like a cool song. And then he did an interview saying, oh, he was just talking shit and he wasn't really like that. And then his shit just fell off. Can't even remember his name right now. But if you guys remember, let me know in the comments. Slim Jesus, that was his name. It reminds me of that Slim Jesus dude and kind of the story how that played out. I mean, you can't be faking it, bro. Be real to who you are and true to who you are. He could have been like a little, like this Brazzy dude could have been like a little skater dude just rapping like this trap gangster shit. And that probably would have still sold for him. But acting like you a real gangster and a real member and having these videos come out and all this shit, like, bro, that ain't it. Because if you really about that shit, you and your little crew of homies, you guys would jump, bro. You guys would do something. You know, I hope it works out for him. I really hope he finds the lane and what he wants to do. But right now he got 0 posts and he's copping pleas, so we'll see how this plays out for him. I wish him the best. So, all right, let's get into this MelloBuckzz thing, bro. This shit was crazy, dude. I woke up, 18 people shot, 4 dead. And I guess they waited till it was over. So when it was over, they were pushing everybody out. And then that's when the dudes run up, or the girls, whoever the hell it was, pull up and start shooting. Here's this video. MelloBuckzz release statement after album release party was shot up in Chicago. So this is 9 Mag TV. I guess he went through her Instagram or someone's Instagram and made like a little compilation of what the party looked like. Oh, I got a police officer there. Look like a cop, right? I don't know if that's security. It looked like a cop. No, maybe that's security. I wonder what happened to him. Was he all right? So pretty much, it don't look like it's too crowded. So yeah, it doesn't look like that many people were there. They said it was a RSVP. Friends and family only, I guess. But yeah, so they're pretty much just partying. It's like at a little lounge club. I wonder if the people that rented them space out knew that this could be a possibility of something happening. So this is pretty much what she put up after. This is her post. Prayers up for all my sisters. God bless. Wrap your arms around every last one of them. We need you. We need you. I need you. Not gonna lie, I'm fucked up. Feel like everything just weighing down on me. All I can do is talk to God and pray. Yeah, I mean, that's a horrible situation to be in because I think she's still on her come up. I don't know how many albums she put out, but to do this and have it happen, I mean, I guess it's just going to go up. everyone's gonna go and listen to this album because this shit happened, but 4 people passed away and 18 people got shot. Like, I don't think she would want everyone to be paying attention to her and for the numbers to be going up because at the demise for other people. I mean, at least I hope she doesn't move like that. Let's see, let's watch the news footage, WG9.
Well, good morning. Right now, Chicago police do not have anyone in custody. This shooting happened around 11:30 last night, just as a restaurant and lounge was closing for the night. So there was a very large group of people out here on the sidewalk when the shots were fired.
41, the gunshot victim, Northwest Memorial Hospital.
Cell phone video captures the moments just after the mass shooting that left 14 people injured, some critically, and 2 men and 2 women dead. One of the victims is 26-year-old Taylor Walker, who was identified by family early this morning. The 3 others killed have not been identified.
Absolute chaos, from people screaming to blood on the streets to people laying on the streets.
The crowd outside Artist Restaurant and Lounge had gathered for an RSVP record release party for Chicago rapper MelloBuckzz. An employee at the lounge tells me they were in the process of closing and getting everyone out when police say a car pulled up and 1 or more people got out and started shooting.
See, at the beginning they said it was a drive-by. Now they're saying the dudes got out the car.
That's when I heard a lot of ruckus. Like, it literally sounded like a stampede of people coming downstairs.
Next to the club is a Dunkin' Donuts that had a front window shot out.
41, the gunshot victim, Northwest Memorial Hospital.
In some cases, police didn't wait for ambulances to arrive and drove the victims to area hospitals themselves.
It was a chaotic scene up here last night.
Roger Tanner was in a cab.
I mean, at least the cops stepped up and did that and just be like, I mean, I get what they're going to be like. I'm not going to get my car dirty. I mean, if the ambulance is lagging or whatever the case may be and there's nothing you can do here, put those people in your car and get them to the hospital. You're here to protect and serve, right?
At Chicago and Franklin moments after the shots were fired. The victims ranged in age from their early 20s to early 30s.
I noticed the police officers were running to the ambulance, and he had the young lady on his shoulder trying to get her some help. And, I mean, she was bleeding and stuff.
The restaurant and lounge just opened a couple of months ago with the mission, it says, to provide a safe space for Black, brown, queer, and allied communities. It did release a statement here this morning saying that they are cooperating with police and the hearts are with the victims. We're live in River North. I'm Eric Runk, WGN News.
That's crazy. Imagine just opening up your spot and this happening as soon as you open up. I feel bad for them because trying to open a business and do all that shit ain't cheap. And for all this to happen, just can't be good for your business, really. All right, let's get on to the next. This crazy video, some biker gangs in Florida got into it, and then they just had a full-out brawl. And I was reading an article that, once again, none of them are talking. That's how the biker gangs do it. They hold their mud. A lot of them ain't snitching. But I was kind of thinking about it, like, what makes it different with these biker gangs and them, none of them telling, and then all these gangsters and all this shit, people telling? The difference I came to the conclusion of is normally when you join a biker gang, you're like 20s, 30s. It something happens later on in your life when you already decided who you are, what you want to do, and just more mature mind and can make your decisions. Where youngsters that bite off more than they could chew and they want to be gangster this, gangster that, once they get those cuffs slapped on them, it's a whole different ballgame. They've never been through it. And then, you know, you start throwing big-ass numbers at them, and they think they could tell, and they'll get away with it, and then the cops end up backstabbing them, and they still go do a gang in time. These bikers are older, and they move different. When they don't tell, most of them get off. Look at all these, bro. That's a shit ton of Mongols. Oh, look at this dude over here by the bike. Boom, boom, damn. Look at all these Mongols go, though.
Biker gang brawl turned shooting during Bike Week this year landed more than 24 alleged gang members in handcuffs today. It was all part of Operation Mongolian Beef.
The FBI raided the
They called them Mongolian beef because they're Mongols. It's almost like a diss. Like if they had neighborhoods and gangs, it's like the other gang would call them Mongolian beefs.
clubhouse of the Mongols biker gang in Volusia County. Fox 35's Chris Lindsay joins us live from the sheriff's office. Chris, the FBI and SWAT team also showed up to some of the gang members' homes.
Yes, they showed up early this morning. Now, when this incident first happened back in March, there was only one arrest made. But as we learned today, that was only the beginning. Punches thrown, shots fired.
This dude has a crazy ass voice.
And bystanders scrambling for cover.
Bullets were flying.
That's AI, huh?
Innocent people were there. Children. Busy day.
Nearly 4 months after this brawl outside of a gas station in New Smyrna Beach.
That we are not going to tolerate violence, and in particular gang violence.
Nearly 30 biker gang members are in custody from all over the state.
Put all the motorcycle gangs on notice. If you come here and you show, we're going to show ours.
New Smyrna Beach police were joined by the FBI, Volusia County Sheriff's Office, and a few other agencies for Operation Mongolian Beef, looking into this brawl between two groups known as the Mongols and the Warlocks.
You see the Warlocks, they make a phone call, and the clubhouse is only, 2 miles, 3 miles up the road? You'll see the Mongols start to come in droves now. And look at the clock. We started this at 11:20. In 13 minutes, you start to see all of these Mongols pulling in again.
During the March 8th scuffle, 2 bikers were shot.
Eventually, we're able to identify 7 people that are armed, 4 people who shot. 3 of those 4 people that shot were involved in a shooting last year in Titusville.
In this operation, over a dozen search warrants executed in multiple states. A total of 28 people are behind bars, with 3 others still wanted.
Can you imagine what it would be like to be filling your car up with gas or taking your grandkids by the hand and walking them into a gas station, and all of a sudden fighting and then gunfire erupts?
This dude sounds like a preacher. But man, these bikers, they ain't playing, bro. And that's a shit ton of them, bro. Fucking grown-ass men. But I guess the Mongols and the Warlocks are beefing. But this happened at the Daytona Beach in Florida, where it's a big, I guess they were saying it's the biggest biker event. I thought Sturgis maybe was, but I guess Daytona Beach is a big-ass one, too. And then in that article, they were saying that they're starting to label these motorcycle clubs as, like, terrorist organizations. For the longest time, a motorcycle club was like not considered a gang and all these things, and was able to get away with a lot more. And I always kind of tripped on them because there's like, just because they put a club and they ride motorcycles, they can like, gang members can't have rags and all this stuff, but then bikers can. But it seems like the government's starting to pull away from the whole club aspect and label them terrorists, man, because they label them terrorists. It's a whole different ballgame for them. So yeah, Florida, I guess the Outlaws and the Mongols are going at it. And then when I was looking for this one, another one popped up, and I guess the Pagans and the Warlocks are going at it in North Carolina.
Parking lot of a notorious biker club building. This morning, the State Bureau of Investigation executed some search warrants at the Pagan Clubhouse along Highway 321. Channel 9's Dave Faraday is live for us there now. And Dave, the investigators told you this is connected to a shooting involving a rival club just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, Erica, a spokesperson with the SBI told us earlier today that the search conducted here in Lenoir was in connection to that deadly shooting at the Outlaws Clubhouse, which is down in Newton. If you look behind me, you can see the Pagans Clubhouse. It sits right along Highway 321. I spoke with several neighbors in this area. They describe hearing 2 loud explosions and then SWAT moving in. The SBI says 2 SWAT teams in Lenoir went to the Pagan Clubhouse around 4 a.m. In daylight, we could see the shattered glass and damage to 2 doors. Betty Pittman lives a block away and woke to the sound of the raid.
Me, my husband, and the grandbabies, it scared them to death. They didn't know what was going on.
The SBI says it executed a search warrant here as part of the investigation into this shooting 3 weeks ago at the Outlaws Clubhouse in Newton. 2 people were shot and 1 man died. This is the 911 call made that morning.
Using medical attention. Gunshot. Okay, where's shot at? There's multiple.
A short time later, a dispatcher named the Pagans as possibly being involved in the shooting at the Outlaws in Newton. 25 miles away, Pete Walser can see the Pagan Clubhouse from his front yard in Lenoir and supports police efforts here.
I think it's good. They need to kind of move out of here and let the neighborhood be peaceful again.
So far, no one has been charged in.
Yeah, I don't know if any of y'all ever lived across the street from a biker house, I mean, my mom used to date bikers when I was a kid, so I kind of been around some of these kinds of people before. And it's just a ruckus, man. The bikes are loud, people coming and going. But probably like 10 years ago, when me and my wife moved into the first house with the kids, like 2 years after we moved in, this bikers dude moved across the street. I can't remember which one they were, bro, but this dude be fighting with his old lady in the middle of the night. She'd be like revving the car. I seen her one time like almost trying to hit him with the Bronco, and this is like 3:30 in the morning. It was crazy, but they lasted, I think, like barely a year. Like once the lease was up, I don't know if they just kept it moving or what the hell fucking moved on, but bro, it'd be Harleys pulling up all the time, and him and his whole lady fighting, man. It was just like it was a gnarly shit show. That's what it was. But this biker gang shit always interests me, like how they have the clubhouses, and then they really just got structure, you know? They probably it's like union dues. Like if you work for somewhere and you're part of a union and you got to pay the union dues, like a lot of these bikers, they got to pay dues. So that way they could pay rent for the clubhouse and help people and do stuff. Imagine if the gangsters in LA, the Bloods and the Crips and the Hoovers, if they paid dues. Even if each member paid $10 a month, they'd be able to do stuff, give back to the neighborhood, all kinds of stuff, whatever the case may be. The bikers, I think it might be more upwards of like 100, 150. I'm not sure, but I'm just guessing. But you start getting $100 from a member, that shit would add up fast. Imagine if, we'll just use 4 Extra and them. If the Rolling 40s took $50 in from all the members, and that was able to take care of the homies in jail, put money on their books, throw events at the park. If you had a treasure and you saved it up, then you can maybe book artists or whatever the case may be. You could have a fund to help people in need of help. Then that would really change the neighborhood and maybe give it a different aspect because they're putting into a kitty to help people. Kind of like the bikers do when they do like those toy drives and all that kind of stuff. Like they probably get some help, but I think that all comes from like their dues they pay so they can give back. But with that, I just want to react to Lil Brazzy, the MelloBuckzz shit, and I was just tripping on these biker fucking shootout fights. So we'll see how that works out for all 3 of these people. Lil Brazzy, I hope you figure it out and it works out for you. MelloBuckzz, that shit's fucked up. I hope all those people heal fast, and the people that didn't make it, rest in peace. And then these biker gangs, just keep doing what y'all do, I guess, man. You guys are all grown-ass men. This is what you decided to do, so ain't no preaching I can do over here, really. But with that, let me know what you like, what you don't like. Hit that subscribe button, please. I'm trying to get to 1,000. With that, I'm out. Later.